Hello and welcome to the Blues Kind Show. Well, that was great. That was really good stuff from the boys. So, 5 things I liked. Probably going to be a pretty brisk one. Let's get into it. Carlton has run out victors 10-14-74 to the Bulldogs 9-8-62. We're going to look at some of my favourite things from the night. I was lucky enough to be there in person, so hopefully I can provide a little bit more insight. But let's start with number 5.
Number 5. Fourth quarter aggro.
This was the first time we won a fourth quarter in a win since round 10 of last year. So pretty much a whole season. It was our best pressure quarter for the year. We kicked the first 5 goals of the quarter, which resulted in us erasing a 3-quarter time margin and having a comfortable enough lead that we could massage it in the end by passing the ball around laterally. This showed such a large difference when compared to previous weeks, where in fourth quarters we have been timid due to trying to protect the lead. This time we just tried to win. We had to do it in the first instance because we were behind, but once we actually got in front, we didn't let up, which was such a difference of tone to see. It resulted in missed kicks and risky decisions from the Bulldogs that resulted in free kicks that would lead to some of the 5 goals that we kicked straight. It also resulted in us winning the inside 50 count 19-4 for the last quarter. Most importantly, I think that it got the fans involved. After Kemp kicked his soccer goal and Ainsworth kicked his snap, there was a massive burst of energy in the crowd, and it was the first time this year I felt the Carlton fans have actually felt nice. It was free from anxiety, it was only encouragement, and it was because we were playing well with aggression when the whips were cracking at the end of the match. So, well done, boys, for pulling it together to put your best fourth quarter of the season forward so far.
Number 4. Well done, Fraze.
Obviously, there weren't a massive amount of changes in the team in terms of what was selected or even in terms of how they were playing, but Josh Fraser still deserves a large amount of credit for this victory. He acknowledged that it was a hard week with a shortish turnaround given Vossi was let go, so they weren't going to change a lot. He has also said that the changes that he would implement would evolve over his 14-week stint as the interim coach. However, he did 2 things that I really liked. Firstly, he kept the group together. They didn't look rattled or distracted, and he got them fighting to the end. And especially after the first and second quarters where we let a few chances go begging, we did get disheartened, and I think the senior coach in his interim role deserves a lot of the credit for that. Additionally, the other thing that I thought he did really well was he made proactive coaching moves, which I really liked. And as someone who was giving Vossi a little bit of a pardon with relation to proactive coaching moves in the second half, I thought I should call it out because I was wrong. So, what was most notable to me was that he moved Cripps to the forward half, Ainsworth onto the ball, and Harry into the ruck during the third quarter. They all proceeded to have impact in that quarter, and I think being proactive helped to free those guys up a little bit. Instead of it being the same old story, they got to participate in a different way to righting the ship than they had previously. A good way to break a psychological issue is to have that sort of a freshen up. So giving Ainsworth some more responsibility in the midfield, Cripps a different look, and Harry a different look, I thought was really positive. Additionally, I thought that Cripps and Hewitt playing forward overall provided some cooler heads in the forward line. They both put on excellent pressure as the night went on, and Cripps obviously had a huge game altogether with 29 touches and 2 goals. But as I've said with these videos before, Cripper, you don't get a lot of credit from me because, what more can we say? I want to include other guys. So I will only be including Cripps and Hewitt here just because I thought the selfless roles they played when they were forward netted wonderful outcomes for the team. So well done, Fraze, and well done, senior players, for supporting him excellently.
Number 3. Take a bow, Ollie Florent.
It's out of Ollie Florent and Ben Ainsworth for best year from our, veteran recruits. But so far, I think Ollie Florent is probably edging it out. This guy continues to have an excellent season for us, finishing the night with 28 disposals, 11 marks, and 4 tackles. He impacted the games in a number of ways, but none more important than the last quarter, where Buku Khamis had been rewarded with a free kick against Harry Mackay. Buku then kicked it into the middle of the ground towards Bontempelli, but Ollie Florent sweated on Bont, forcing the turnover, then sealing Bontempelli out of the contest so Jack Ison could pick the ball up. Play then flowed through, resulting in Ben Ainsworth's goal. He works ridiculously hard. He is super tough. His kicking isn't always perfect, but he is one of the few guys on our team who consistently tries to make up for his mistakes at the next contest. Saw him last night turn the ball over. He then ended up with the intercept mark. His effort is wonderful. I think that in terms of the culture he has brought with him, in terms of a winning culture, he is excellent. I loved his interview after the game. If you haven't watched it, go and check it out. Ollie Florent, you have been wonderful, and given we got you for like a future 4th or whatever it was, couldn't have been a better pickup quite so far this year. Good on you, mate. Thanks very much.
Number 2. Matt Carroll.
There was a point in this game where Carlton had kicked 7 goals for the day, with Matt Carroll having kicked 3 of them. Finishing with 16 touches, 10 marks, and 3 goals, he had a stellar game on the wing. I compared him to Ollie Dempsey a couple of weeks ago, and with the amount of goals Carroll has now scored this year, it's looking like a better and better comparison. Jeff has kicked 9 goals from as many games, with only 2 behinds as well, showing his efficiency. Carroll did a lot to keep us in the game early, given our scoring inaccuracy, partially overcome by 2 whopping goals from outside of 50. With a lot of young guys in the team playing well, I would say he's playing the best of any of the guys under the age of 24. But he didn't have the best moments of the night. So while I think Ollie Florent might have been our best player, and I think Matt Carroll might have been our best young guy, I think we all know that the best moments belonged to...
Number 1. Jack Ison.
This is an obvious one. I'm not going to be the only person saying this, but I'm not going to jump over a $50 note to get to a 20-cent piece. Jack Ison had the best moments on the night, and he brought the most joy as far as I'm concerned. Whether it be his dancing pre-game, where he participated in the pre-game ceremony, proudly displaying his Indigenous roots, or it was the excellent moments during the game, one thing came to mind: cool confidence. He has no shortage of composure, which this team badly needs going forward, and he compiled 15 touches and 6 marks to go with his game-ending goal. This was the sort of debut where the player did not look uncomfortable at the level, so hopefully we have something really good to move forward with. It continues his excellent form from the VFL. He doesn't look like he skipped a beat, so good on you, Jack. Well done.
Awards and votes.
I've been wanting to incorporate awards and votes into my show, but I wasn't exactly sure of how to do it, but I think I finally cracked the nut. Firstly, we've got the BKS MVP. Every win, 5 players will be awarded votes from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, it's only in each win. The point is to try to determine the player who most impacts winning, but more than anything, it's just meant to be a giggle. In addition to that, I've got the BKS BYP, or Best Young Player Award, that goes to players who are both at most in their 3rd season and still 24 years or younger. So again, 1st, 2nd or 3rd year player, as long as they're 24 years or younger. And 1 player will be nominated after each win. This week, for our game against the Western Bulldogs, I've given the 5 votes to Ollie Florent, 4 to Matt Carroll, 3 to Cripper, 2 to Sam Walsh and 1 to Jagger Smith. And my BKS Best Young Player nomination goes to Matt Carroll. This results when added to the votes from the Tigers game. The overall BKS MVP so far, the voting, 7 votes to Cripps and Walsh, 5 votes to Ollie Florent, 4 to Matt Carroll and Jagger Smith, 2 to Cooper Lord, 1 to George Hewitt, and there are 2 players on 1 nomination each for the Blues Kind Show Best Young Player overall with Matt Carroll and Jagger Smith. That's going to do it from us at the Blues Kind Show. Thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Please like and comment. Put your own nominations for your own MVP in the comments if you would like to do so. If you haven't done so, please go back and watch the 4th quarter. It's very good for your mental health. Otherwise, thank you very much. And as always, go Blues!